Good morning, all. Sorry, good afternoon, all. I'm audible to all of you.
Yes,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We'll start.
Yes, sir.
PPT is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll start. We have earlier we have discussed about the board charter. A board charter nothing but is a policy document that can be clearly defined the respective roles and responsibilities and authorities of a board of directors or members of directors. So these are the responsible, nothing but a board charter. It can be a policy document or it can be a manual for the directors. Those are the board of directors. In that they there is a written that what are the policies or what are the roles and responsibilities followed by the particular director and that particular committee. So what are the things included into the particular committee? For example, audit committee. For example, remuneration committee. What are the role and responsibilities of that particular chairman and director? So that things we have already discussed, and I have shown you the one board charter document from the online itself. So what are the components are included into board charter? So it is a policy document that can give you the some rules and regulation norms, so that can be followed by the board of directors or director of the particular company. So it can be a tool for the tool of induction tool. It can be a reference point for the board of directors while taking any decisions. It can be a reference for the disputes. It can be a legal framework for the directors where they can operate. So these are some factors. These are the some components. Or these are the some advantages of board charter. Every organization having a board charter that followed by all the board of directors. Now we will discuss about the what are the key components that already we have discussed, and I have already shown you the online one example of one of the company's board charter to you. So one of the chemical industry we have shown you that board charter. Now what are the components are there? Organization vision, mission, and values. What are the organization vision in board charter? Organization vision, mission, and values are included into the board charter. Code of conduct, then code of conduct will be included into that. What are the norms, policies, regulations, and what are the rules followed by the board of directors. The board charter, it is related to only board of members. It can be obligatory for the only board of directors. Those are directors that can follow that can be they are responsible to follow these particular norms and regulations written into the board charter. First, organization vision, mission, values are included into the board charter. Second, code of conduct, lots of rules, norms, regulations, procedures, policies, and rewards and punishments should be written into that board charter. Third, the structure of the board. The structure of the board, nothing but how many board members should be required, how many members should be a executive director, how many non-executive director, dependent director, independent director. So everything can be there. How many members should be required? How many women's directors are required? So everything can be required. It is written. That is called as the structure of the board. How the board can be formed. Board of a director. How it can be formed. How many members should be there? How many nomination directors should be there? How many executive directors are there? How many non-executive directors are required? So everything should be written into that according to the norms and regulations. That structure should be formed for the board of particular company. That is also written into the board charter. Duties and responsibilities of board members. Duties and responsibilities of a board member. So what are the duties and responsibilities of a board member? It depends upon the what functionality they have given or what designation given to you. For example, you are a chairman of an audit committee. Then the responsibility of audit committee can be applicable to you. Maybe you are responsible. You are a chairman of the remuneration committee. Then whatever remuneration committee their responsibilities are there, that can be comes to you. But before that, you are a member of board of directors. Then after that, it can be formed a audit committee. Then after that, it can be formed a remuneration committee. Then audit committee and remuneration committee contain a number of directors from the same board of directors. Maybe the one will be the board of director will be a chairman of the particular audit committee or remuneration committee. So duties and responsibilities of a board member should be included into the that thing. Composition of the board, that how the board can be formed or how many members should be required, that should be written. and how it can be formed, when it can be formed, when someone will leave that particular, if the particular position is vacant, how it can be filled, how much time it should be vacant, how many within how much period of time it can be, we can fill the team, will fill that particular vacancy, what will the procedure to fill the vacancy of a director. So everything should be written into the board charter. Everything should be written into the board charter. Then performance management, yes, as well as, for example, we can do the performance appraisal for the employees. Same thing, it can be applicable to the board of directors also. So performance evaluation of a board of director. Every member of a director, every member of board, that we should go for the performance evaluation. So how performance can be evaluated of every director? How performance can be evaluated of the every director or board of director? That can be written into that. What are the criteria can be included? What are the criteria can be measured? What on which basis a director can be evaluated? Now, what was the performance are there? What is the indicator are there? What are the indicators we have to use? So that things we have to include into the performance management. So that will be the part of a board charter. Then risk management. So risk management related, maybe the terms and policies when it will come, maybe the index or indexing factor or some factors will be there. If such types of situation will be happen, what will be the things we can take? Risk management. So related to that documents, related to that rules and regulations can be written into the board charter. So everything should be related to the director, operations of organization. So everything can be written and it can be mandatory to the follow to the board of directors. So that things are included into the key components of board charter. Now we are going to discuss the various board committee. Various board committee. Now various board committee can be formed because to run the business or to run the organization, only chairman cannot do the everything. Only one chairman or only one owner of the organization cannot run the organization smoothly. It is difficult to run because lots of things are carried out at the same time. Various operations are carried out same time, and it is difficult to handle that particular operation by the only one person or single person. Single-handed operation, it is difficult for the chairman or owner or executive director or maybe the who is heading the thing, who is the head of the particular organization. It is difficult to look into the various aspects of a business. Then we need a committee that can be formed and that can be headed by someone expert or maybe the board of directors. So the particular expert of that particular committee or head of that particular committee, he can only focus on that particular issue. He can focus on that particular issue and related to any feedback related to that particular event and particular activity that can be given to the CEO or particular owner of the organization or chairman of the organization. So that can be given. So what happens in here? Why they form the audit committee? Because a central person or owner of the organization, chairman of the organization, maybe the member of a central place or the executive director or maybe the managing director, maybe it is difficult to handle all the activities of the organization. Then instead of handled by the one person, it can be distributed. We can distribute the work, we can distribute the activity, we can distribute the work to the into the different committees, and we can assign one head become a director of a particular board. So that can be done. So why we are forming the particular committee? Because smooth operation of all the activities involved carried out into the organization, that can be done in the supervision of the particular committee head, and committee head will report to the chairman of the board of directors or maybe the owner of the board of directors. So it can be easy to handle all the organization processes effectively and efficiently. So they have formed various committees. Now, first committee we are going to discuss, it is formed, that is the audit committee. Audit committee members included, that is the board of directors. If you have 11 board of directors are there, from that 4 directors can be taken. A team of 4 directors can be say that you are an audit committee, and one of member from the board of that audit committee, we can nominate as a chairman of that particular committee. So he can head of that audit committee. But chairman of audit committee become a member of board of director. Become a member of board of director. He can heading the audit committee as a chairman, but he can be a member of a board of director. So this can be an audit committee. Now the audit committee primary task is to monitor. Now we are going into a detail into the audit committee. What will be the task for the audit committee? The audit committee primary task is to monitor the integrity of the company's financial reporting. Now audit committee, a financial audit committee, we are focusing on that financial audit committee. The audit committee's primary task is monitor the integrity of the company's financial reporting. Those who are 4 members are selected as the audit committee. That their responsibility is that they have to check the financial reporting, financial terms, financial activities of the organization, and they are the first responsible for any transaction or any corruption or any reporting that can be done into the finance. These first 4 members of audit committee are responsible for that. So it can be handled by the audit committee. Now second point, it is also role in checking the company's internal financial records, reviewing them and operations, and ensuring the necessary risk management system are in a place. Yes, that is very good. So before that, while creating an audit committee, the audit committee should require a member. Those who are member in audit committee should require a knowledge of finance. Maybe he should be expert into the audit related work. They should know the account related tasks. They have a background of accounts or finance. Then and they only be the part of that audit committee. Maybe audit committee can be formed. Those directors, those members of a board having a knowledge of financial terms or financial transactions, they are come together and audit committee can be formed. So audit committee members are very much expert into the audit related, financial related transactions. So they are very much known about these things. So they are the expert. So they have formed an audit committee. So audit committee, second task, they have to check the financial status of the organization, and is there any risk is there in the transaction carried out, or something will be risk will be there. If they find out, that can be risk, can be try to minimize, try to remove that particular thing from the organization, and maybe you can report to the chairman of the organization. That can be or this can be happen into the particular finance. So first, check internal financial control. Check company's internal financial control and ensure that all the transactions are carried out into the finance department or into the organization are in a well manner, or not. There is no any corruption, there is no any risk while doing a transaction. Third point, what are the third point they have to do? It is responsible to oversee the company's external audit process and relationship with the external auditor. Now internal audit can be done by the internal auditor and external audit done by the external auditor. Maybe the external auditor can be recruited, can be assigned by the government of particular state or particular country. So particular organizing external audit of the particular organization, that can be done by the external auditor, can be come to your organization and he can check your books of accounts, and he can go to the lots of every transaction. He can find out all the transaction, and he will find out some weaknesses, or if he can find some transactions which are not as per the records. So that can be, he can find out some of the strengths as well as weaknesses he is going to find out. So the audit committee is responsible for maintain the relationship with the external auditor also, and check out the external audit process, how it is going on. Second, next, this include making recommendation on the appointment, reappointment, and removal of the external auditor also. So yes, audit committee is responsible for the making appointment of the external auditor. Maybe the reappointment, someone has appointed and they are not satisfied with the particular auditor. They can ask for the reappointment of another one. Maybe the removal of existing external auditor and replacing with the new one, external auditor. Maybe these things can be, they are responsible for that activity. So recommendation for the appointment of external auditor, maybe removing the external auditor, maybe reappointment of external auditor, that can be that can be responsibility of audit committee. it must also keep a close check on the external auditor independence and objectivity. What is their objective of external auditor? How they are doing the task? How they are auditing the things? Is there they have any personal expectation, personal objective into that? That can be find out. The audit committee has a role in the fraud prevention. Yes, they has a role of fraud prevention. The audit committee must look into the books of account and check that. Yes, that to check the fraud. Is there any transaction that has been happened? Yes, anyone?
Sir, please change the slide.
Types of various committee, audit committee, it is there visible to you?
No, sir. Benefits of board charters.
Key components and types of board committee. Now it is visible.
No, sir.
No, sir. No. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the audit committee has a role in a fraud prevention. Yes. The audit committee has to check internal records of any department record, financial related, any transactions are there. The audit committee is responsible and they are the higher authority into the financial transaction. If particular transaction, maybe the above particular amount, if audit committee has said that above 50,000 or 50 lakh transaction, that can be, you have to take the approval from the audit committee. Or 5 lakh, above 5 lakh rupees, depends upon the organization structure, depends upon the organization policy. If they have said that particular transaction amount, if particular amount or particular transaction below or above 5 lakh rupees it is there, that time you have to take a particular maybe you have to take some you have to first take a acceptance from the audit committee. You have to show that this will be transaction for this particular task and we are doing with this particular party. If the audit committee is accepted, then and then you can go for the this. So first, audit committee has a role in a fraud prevention into the organization also, because they are the controlling authority, audit committee. Now it needs to be confident that there are opportunities throughout the company for employees to act as a whistleblower and report improprieties and abuse. So if someone doing some frauds and all these things, maybe someone junior person, if they want to say about that particular fraud, then you can give the security to that particular person who is giving you the information, as well as you can punish who is doing that particular, and that rights that particular audit committee has with them. The committee should ensure that arrangements are in a place for the proportionate and independent investigation of such matter and the appropriate follow-up actions. So audit committee has some norms and regulations. It should be properly arrangement of the proper inquiry of that particular, if such types of corruption, frauds are happened into the organization. It should be inquired properly. It should be go through the particular process, and it should be proper. It should be take a follow-up step by step. What is the action can be taken till the action can be taken. So a board audit committee is responsible for the financial transaction of the organization, to prevent the fraud, to check the internal audit, to check the external audit, maybe the appointment of external auditor, reappointment of external auditor, or removal of external auditor, and check all the books of accounts are maintained properly or not. So audit committee is responsible. Audit committee members are a board of directors. Maybe those who are having the experience in a financial terms, financial transaction, those who are qualified into that particular finance department or finance knowledge, finance subject, they are the part of audit committee. So this is the audit committee. Now audit committee members, how many members are required for the audit committee? We'll see that minimum 3 members are required. Minimum 3 members. The audit committee should have a minimum 3 members. At least 1 member should have expertise in the field of account and finance. This is a mandatory. If you have formed audit committee and there is no any member having a knowledge of accounts and finance, then it is difficult to that particular committee to follow, to check whether that particular transaction is carried out as per the rules or not, rules and regulation. So there should be at least one member. Total 2/3 of the committee comprise independent director. There should be independent director should be there, and at least one member should be have expertise in the field of accounts and finance. And all the audit members must as well as in a finance also. So at least If it is possible, all the members should be required of financial knowledge. Only they are become audit member. Now, an independent director will be the chairman of audit committee. An independent director will be the chairman of a audit committee. Chairman of a audit committee. Now, it is a composition of audit committee. How audit committee can be formed. So, these are the some rules to how to form an audit committee. How to form an audit committee. The audit committee, a minimum 3 members should be required. The chairman of the audit committee should be an independent director, and all the directors, all the member of the audit committee should have at least knowledge of finance and accounts. If they are there, then that can be a part of audit committee. The company secretary shall be appointed as a secretary of the audit committee also. The company secretary also can be appointed as a secretary of the audit committee. So audit committee, it is nothing but financial transaction, the audit of the financial transaction, to check or to view or to check that is there that particular transactions are carried out properly as per the norms, as per the regulations. Check it and find out some risk or weaknesses. If there are weaknesses are there, if there are risks are there, find out it, remove it, and update with the some good functionality, so we can good into that particular transaction and try to remove it. Then surely we can get the good result from that particular finance. So we can remove the fraud from that. So this is the first. This is the nothing but audit committee. Now nomination committee. Nomination nothing but for example, as I said, maybe for example, board of directors, there are 11 board of directors are there. 11 board of directors are there. So for example, due to the unexpected reason, maybe one of the position is vacant into the board of directors. There are 11 members are there, but due to the unexpected things happen and one member has left the particular board of directors. Now that 11 members, one has left, and now it is remaining 10 members. Now 10 members. So we have to fill that one vacancy, which is vacant now. 10 are there. Now we have to fill that particular vacancy. How it can be filled? How many days that particular vacancy cannot be filled? How many days we can wait to fill the particular vacancy? How it can be filled? It is from the company employees. It is from the external. It from the maybe the relation into the relation, or maybe the third party things are the third party transaction, or some of the relatives we can fill in the particular post. So how we can fill that? How we can nominate the person for that vacant seat? This can be a nomination, or maybe we can nominate as a chairman. We can nominate as an audit committee for the particular audit committee chairman, remuneration committee chairman. Maybe some other committees are there. We have to nominate the particular person as a chairman of the particular company. Maybe the part of the particular member who are the member of the audit committee. Someone has to nominate the person. Someone has given nomination. If these are the 3 persons having expertise into the finance, and these are the parts of the audit committee. So we have nominated person A, person B, person C having the knowledge of finance. They are expert into the audit and all these things. So we can form an audit committee of these 3 persons. And from that, person B having a good knowledge of audit, and he is an expert and having a huge experience more than a particular year. So he can head of the particular audit committee. So that can be nomination. Someone can nominate you. So how it can be nominated? When should be nomination can be done? Is there we have to go for the voting? How voting can be done? Without voting? So that can be done by the nomination committee. So we'll read that what these are some responsibilities of a nomination committee. Nominating the board of member, nominating the chairman of the company, chairman of the organization, chairman of the particular audit committee, or chairman of the various committee. That can be done by the nomination committee. Okay, nomination committee, one of the board's most crucial functions is to decide on a new appointment to the board and to the other senior position in the company. Yes, it is a nomination committee. It is responsible for the new appointments into the organization on the board of members, into the board of directors also. They are nominating the new director into the board of directors. If the particular seat is vacant or there is some vacancy into the particular higher authority of the company, senior position of the company, that can be filled by the nomination committee. That can be filled by the nomination committee. Maybe the members are there. They can go through the resume. They can go through the particular person. They can check the profile. They can go through the experience and everything. After that, they can analyze, and they can, after that, they can nominate a person for the particular position. We can call it as a this committee we can call it as a nomination committee. The nomination committee, there should be a board of members will be there. Directors should be are there from the various fields. So we'll see that this is a function of a nomination committee. Again, in some case, this is done within a committee composed of executive and non-executive director whose task is to ensure that appointments are made according to the agreed specification. According to the agreed specification were implemented. The appraisal of a director is often tied directly into the selection of and nomination process. Yes, if there is a vacancy into the higher authority, higher person, then we can go for the promotion, internal promotion, and we can promote the internal person as a higher person, higher authority. We can give a higher responsibility of the existing director or existing member. That can be done. Nomination. Nominate can be done depends upon the performance of the existing company. Can we go for the internal promotion or can we go for the new recruitment from the external? Maybe in the HR you are going to discuss recruitment sources. Recruitment you have discussed already. Recruitment sources, internal and external. Internal recruitment and external recruitment. Internal, nothing but those are working employees into the organization. We can recruit and we can fill the position from the internal employees itself. We are not giving any advertisement. We are not selecting from the outside, from the organization. No, we can go for the internal. So that depends upon the nomination committee. So they can nominate someone if a capable person, capable individual, it is available into the organization, then we can go for the internal promotion, internal recruitment, and we can go for the internal promotion, we can call it as that, and we can give a higher position to that thing. So it depends upon the nomination committee, a board of directors or that particular nomination committee will come together, discuss what type of qualities are required, what type of things are required from that particular person, what are the skills are required, what is the profile we require. If profile is matching with the desired things, then and then only that particular nomination committee will nominate a person as a particular head, particular thing. So lots of committees are there. Generally, it can be formed and their nomination can be given by the particular nomination committee. So this is a nomination committee. Now remuneration committee. Yes, remuneration committee. Now remuneration committee. What mean by remuneration committee? It is they are setting remuneration, nothing but a salary structure. We can say that maybe setting some payment, financial advantages, how much given to the particular individual. So that can be fixed. That can be set by the remuneration committee. So how much salary, how much financial benefit can be given to the particular individual for that particular designation, for particular person. So that can be said or that can be given by the remuneration committee. So what mean by remuneration committee? We'll discussing. Devising the
We are still able to see the audit committee slide only.
now which slide? Remuneration. Why it is not good? Okay, nomination remuneration committee. Now it is visible remuneration committee.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now remuneration committee. Remuneration committee also be the how it can be formed. There should be a board of directors, higher authority. Remuneration committee can be formed at a higher authority. Board of directors will be their part of their particular committee. Nowadays, you will see that a salary package to the employee. Salary package to the employee. It is offered by the HR head HR. We can say that head HR. A salary package can be offered to any employees. Maybe the head HR. Maybe the junior HR can take interviews. Maybe the final selection can be done. Maybe, but final offer letter can be given by the particular head HR of the particular organization. Maybe the become a head HR can be a director of the particular organization can be possible. Head HR. Maybe the in the meeting of a board of directors, it is given some norms or it is given. They are said that if you are filling that particular position, for example, manager position, we are filling, then this package can be given. This is a range of package. Within this particular package, you can give to the particular individual. Above that, we will not give the package. Now, head HR is going to maybe see the performance of the candidate, and according to that, he can give. but he is following the norms and regulations given by the board of directors or maybe the remuneration committee. Recommendation committee contain a directors from the particular board of directors. 3-4 members are there. They have formed remuneration committee and they are setting how much remuneration can be given to the board of directors, as well as CEO, as well as chairman, as well as maybe the manager, as well as general manager, as well as to the manager, functional manager, CEO, maybe the senior manager, HOD, everything can be set by the particular thing. Maybe it not should be a fix. Maybe it will be in a range, 1 lakh to 2 lakh, 2 lakh to 3 lakh, 4 lakh to 5 lakh. So depends. So they have set a range, and within a particular range, you can give the salary package to them. So remuneration can be given on that basis. Devising the appropriate remuneration package for the executive direction can be one of the most contentious issue a board faces, not least because of the publicity of executive pay has attached in a recent year. So now it will say that 6th pay, 5th pay, 6th pay, 7th pay nowadays into the government jobs. If you see that these policies are coming, payment policy pays are there that are coming day by day, and according to the DA, HRA, and all these things are changing day by day. Is there companies is providing to that organization? हम दे रहे कितना दे रहे tax हम कितना ले रहे? So everything can be there. We have to run the organization under the government. So we have to follow the norms and regulation of government, and so that is there we are giving that much salary to particular individual. How much is there? Someone is over salaried or under salaried? ज़्यादा हम as per the skills and knowledge and experience is there we are giving, or more than that we are giving. That particular individual we want to give 5 lakh rupees. He is as per knowledge, experience, and skills, and what he work is doing. We have to give 5 lakh rupees, but we are paying 7 lakh rupees. Then it can be a loss for the organization also. For example, someone is hard worker, he has experience, he is knowledgeable, and he is doing a good job, and we are paying 5 lakh rupees. But actually, we have to pay him a 7 lakh rupees or 8 lakh rupees as per his experience and his input to the organization. So it should not be there. If it is there, surely maybe your employees will not be. There should be a job attrition or job leaving rate can be increased. Maybe the company employees are leaving their jobs also. So we have to set proper remuneration policy because remuneration can be directly, it will affect to the employees, and it can be affect to the particular board of directors. So it plays very important role. How much salary we have to give, how much remuneration can be given to the particular individual. So if remuneration can be given and the particular employees or board of directors satisfied, they can be a lifetime with you. They are continuously, the association with your company can be there for the long time. It should not be like lifetime, it can be a long time. So till other offers can be other offers can be, you will get that time, at least you can be with the company. So that can be possible. So remuneration should be sufficient to attract and retain the executive directors needed to run the company. So we are focusing on a director, not only employees, but this particular remuneration committee for the director. Remuneration committee for the director. How much salary, how much remuneration can be given to the director, executive director, non-executive director, expert, consultant, advice. For example, there is a meeting is going on for some project, and we want some consultant. It is going to be external consultant. Only for the particular problem, we have hired one consultant. For the particular problem, we have hired one consultant. How much consultation fee can be given? So that can be set by the, that can be set, or that can be given by the remuneration committee. The remuneration committee will be responsible for that particular issue. How much remuneration can be given as an external consultant? How much time we are taking for that? So lots of criteria are there. How many times he is coming to the particular institute? How many times he is giving for that particular problem? What are the solutions he has given? Is there that particular solutions are good? So anything extra he has offered? So that things will be included and depends upon the remuneration can be given to them. His expertise, his knowledge, his years of experience, that also matters while setting a remuneration. Now, companies should avoid paying more than necessary. Yes, I said companies should avoid paying more than necessary. जो ज़्यादा पे करेंगे, that can be also, it should be loss. Maybe आप किसी के पास उतनी capability नहीं है and that you are paying. Maybe he will be happy with that particular thing, but he will not do the work. काम उतना ही कर रहा है, but I am getting a more salary than others. So maybe he will say that जो है चल रहा है वैसे ही करेंगे. I am getting good salary, and maybe someone is getting less, but he is doing more contribution to the organization, maybe he will be demotivated and he may be not, he will leave the job particularly. So it should be your remuneration policy should be proper. It should be balanced. It should be a balance. Nowadays, if you see that into the organization, if you see that band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, band 6. I say band, if you heard that I am in a band 1, I am in a band 3, I am in a band 4, my designation will come into that. So if you see that band, then those employees come into that particular band. Their salary start from this particular range to this particular range. Maybe they have a range into that particular. Those employees are coming to that particular band. Their salary should be like this. It will start from this amount and it will end at this amount. Now it can be a change. It can be a different for the different company, but range should be same. 5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees. Those are coming into the band 3. Their salary start will be the from 5 lakh rupees and salary ends at 10 lakh rupees. If he can be coming to the band 4, then the salary can start with the 10 lakh rupees to the 15 lakh rupees. So the particular band can be set by the various organizations nowadays into the organization, but the amount can be different. Just I given as an example, I said one amount, that is an example. But nowadays these organizations are carried out these types of activity. Which band, which type you are coming. So depends upon that your salary structure can be formed. For freshers, this can be a salary. For 1 year experience, that can be a salary. For 2 years of experience, that can be salary. So that can be set by the organization. So it should not be a mismatch. Why they have said? Because this is a company should avoid paying more than necessary. A company should avoid paying more than necessary. There are some employees are there, they are getting more salary. There are employees are there, they are getting a less salary as per their contribution, as per the knowledge, as per the experience. So remuneration committee is responsible for that also. How to maintain the balance, balancing the salary payments, how we can give them. So that can be that. It is vital that decision on executive remuneration, benefits and bonuses are seen to be taken by those who do not stand to benefit directly from them. So they have to take care about how much bonus, how much remuneration benefits can be given to them. So executive director, non-executive director, consultant, expertise, lots of individuals are required to run the business organization. So it is responsibility of remuneration committee how much financial remuneration, nothing but can be a salary, it can be a bonus, it can be some amount that can be paid to the particular expert, to the particular consultant, or to someone, depends upon their skills, knowledge, experience, and that can be set, that can be evaluated by the remuneration committee. So remuneration committee is responsible for the paying salary packages, bonus, and financial inputs. Financial inputs, nothing but the money, how much you are paying, that can be settled, that can be given by the remuneration committee. Now, next remuneration committee, we are going for the stakeholder relationship committee. Now, stakeholder relationship committee, PPT is visible to all of you. Stakeholder relationship committee.
Yes, sir.
Stakeholder.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. 26. Just a minute. Okay, stakeholder relationship committee. The stakeholder relationship committee takes care of all issues related to the problem, such as the grievances of a shareholder, debenture holders, and other parties of importance. So stakeholder, stakeholder coming to the stakeholder, shareholder, and stakeholder. Shareholder and stakeholder. Shareholder become a stakeholder. Shareholder become a stakeholder. Stakeholder nothing but those who having an interest into the organization. Interesting groups, those who have an interest into the organization, that will come into the stakeholder. So stakeholder in that, maybe the employee will become, director will become, maybe the customer are coming, maybe the suppliers are coming, maybe the purchaser are coming, maybe the share investors are also coming into the stakeholder. So these are the stakeholder parties, those having an interest into the organization on their growth of the organization. We are interested as an investor. We invested some amount of money into the particular XYZ company. We are interested to see that the growth of the organization, So we are investing some amount into that organization, and we are expecting some growth into that organization to get a maximum output from that particular input or what we have invested. So stakeholder relationship committee also required into the company. Why? Because investor has invested their money into your organization. They have taken a shares, equity shares, debenture, maybe the other ways of investment they have done into the your organization. So we have to make the continuous communication with the particular stakeholder, maybe continuous communication with the employees, how much we are producing, how much we are getting, how much profit we have earned into the last quarter or last semester, last year, how much quarter, how much we expect, what is the plant, maybe the expansion of the existing plant, what are the future strategies we are coming with them, what are the policies we are implementing for the employees, what are the policies for the investors, what are the returns for the investors we are given in the last, in coming years, how much we are going to give. So everything can be communicated. Everything can be communicated with the stakeholder, because stakeholders are interest group. Stakeholder are interest groups of for the your growth of organization. Of your growth of organization. They are not interested in of decline of your organization. No, they are interested in the growth of organization. So whenever you are achieving something, we are achieving some growth into your organization. That things, that information can be communicated with the employees, with the shareholders, with the investor, with the suppliers, with the purchaser, that we have achieved this particular milestone, we have achieved this particular target, and we are growing day by day. We have earned this that much profit. Our sales has been increased by a particular this particular percentage. So that what happens? There is an investment can be of a shareholders can be do into that thing. Now shareholder relationship committee. This committee looks into the such matters and resolve issue while maintaining a good relationship with the shareholders and other parties. We have to maintain the shareholder relationship. A recent case I am going to explain today. A recent case into related to the how investor, how shareholder, how investment. A recent case, recent news into the current state. Currently, it hasn't happened into the Maharashtra, the scam. That thing I am going to discuss today. So after that, we'll discuss. This committee looks into such matters and resolve issue while maintaining a good relationship with the stakeholder and other parties. The chairman of the committee has a non-executive member director from the among the board of directors. The chairman of the shareholder will be the stakeholder committee, will be a non-executive member of a non-executive member director from the among the board of directors. Yeah, chairman of this particular shareholder relationship committee will be a non-executive member, will be appointed as a chairman of this particular committee. Now, one more committee we'll discuss, risk management committee. So stakeholder committee, relationship committee, maintain the relationship with the stakeholder, communicating the information from of the organization towards to the shareholder, customer, employee, supplier, purchaser, or any interested group into the organization. We can call it as a stakeholder of the particular organization. So that information, that communication can be done by this particular stakeholder relationship committee. Increase the stakeholder, increase the shareholder, increase the share prices of the organization. It depends upon the stakeholder relationship committee. So increase the investment into the company also. Because if you give the good information, if you give the right information, and we can share with the all the stakeholder and all the shareholders, surely they can invest into the existing company. Now we are going to take that one example and we can stop. Risk management. What mean by risk management committee also there? Yes, there is a risk management committee. It can be financial risk, it can be infrastructure risk, or it can be any risk. It can be related to, it can be hazardous to the organization. Hazardous to the organization. If such types of risk can be managed by this committee. So this committee are there. The member of the board will be from the risk management committee. A major portion of the risk management committee shall consist of member of the board. The chairman of the risk committee shall be member of the board. Same thing I written with those spelling. So risk management committee, it should be related to the financial term. Maybe the infrastructure risk will be there. Some other risks are there. Maybe the legal related, whatever is the risks are there on a business operation, that can be handled by the risk management committee. We can they are the responsible. So these also board members are there. Then after that we have stakeholder. Then we have a board meeting. Before that, one scam for you. Any news? Tejas has raised hands. Okay. Tejas, you want to talk something? You have raised hands. Recently, any case investment related?
No, sir.
Anyone?
No, sir.
There was a fraud and has been caught, and there is
Yes, sir.
case is filed.
Solapur, sir.
Yes, it was in a bid. Yes or no? Bid or
Share
Solapur?
market scam, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, share market scam. Yes, you can see that how he has done, and then and you can see that area where it has been happened. Matlab, we'll discuss that particular case related to. We are just relating with this particular cyber crime and with the corporate governance also. So recently, the case has been filed by one of the he's a farmer most probably, and he has filed a case here. He has invested some amount of money into the share market. Maybe his friendship has been increased by talking something, and just I go through the news and I come to this particular thing that they have invested amount into that particular his company, and within 1 month he got 28 or 30% return also. He has invested 70,000, he got 30,000 most probably, something first time, and after that he has maybe has relatives. He has told to relatives that I am getting that much benefit, and he has invested his relatives money into that also. And after some time, he has that particular who's owner of that, who is maybe he's who's the chairman of that particular organization. कोई ले रहा था investment. He's giving always offers to that particular individual or particular investor कि आप इसमें invest करो, आपका जो existing investment है, because existing investment इसमें आप invest करोगे, that much amount can be given to you, and we are that particular investor, that particular now stakeholder. We are discussed stakeholder relationship committee. Stakeholder relationship committee we have discussed, and here community WhatsApp. अभी कल न्यूज देखा होगा आपने. Have you seen the news? पढ़ा है क्या स्कैम अभी ऐसा हुआ है बीड
Yes,
में
sir.
या हाँ
Yes,
आपने
sir.
देखा?
Vishal Fate.
Vishal Fate. So he is sending some WhatsApp message. I just go through the news channel. He said that if you invest rupees 1, for example 50 lakh or 60 lakh, I will give you rupees 6 crore or something, that amount after that. So this can be a one communication done by that organization owner. For example, stakeholder relations committee, and he is the chairman of that. He is telling the growth of his organization. कि मैं इतना दे रहा हूँ. These are the some benefits we are giving to the stakeholder. So what happens? The stakeholders, investors are interested. They have lots of stakeholders are interested, or shareholders, some new investors are also interested to invest their money into that. So they have invested into that, and suddenly he has left the particular city itself, and lots of investors invested their money into that particular company, maybe into the share market through that particular person. Nowadays, it is more than 6 crore most probably. Still, cases are going on, but it can be more than that amount. Yesterday, come to that. So this is happening because these cases, as a cyber crime, we most of cases are daily. It is happening. It is not a first case. Are you agree for this? It is in a first case.
No, sir.
Anyone?
No, sir. Financial illiteracy, sir. ये.
Why it is so happening? Anyone? Any good suggestion for that? Why it is? Because so many cases are recently happening. Every year it is happening. Still, we are investing in such things. Why investors are attracting to that? And it is difficult because lots of farmers are there. They are invested their money. They have taken a personal loan while listening to the news. They have taken a personal loan and they are invested into that a particular that plan. And why they are doing anything? How they are
Sir,
doing?
lack of financial education.
Lack of financial education. Anything else? Anyone? Lack of
Sir,
financial
greed, sir. Sir, greed, sir.
greed. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting.
Easy money.
Easy money, yes, agree. Easy money, yes. Lack of financial things, terms are there. Easy money are we are expecting. Now maybe we are not moving into the detail where they are investing the money. and we are only looking towards the output. We are looking.
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Same case, sir. हेरा फेरी पिक्चर में दिखाया गया था 10 साल पहले.
Yes. हाँ हाँ हाँ. Okay. हेराफेरी में दिखाया था. But still we are, and if you see that particular investor, maybe they don't have financial knowledge, and maybe they are invested into the share market, and others they are looking and they are missing. So it's difficult, but so that is thing happening into the recently also in our country, and it is very dangerous. मतलब
सर
बहुत
पूना में
सारे
भी
लोग
हुआ
अभी
डीएस के केस में सर. सर उन्होंने एफडीज
Yes.
लिए थे जो लाइसेंस नहीं था.
yes हाँ वो बहुत सारे ऐसे मतलब how we are
मतलब पूना
how
के
we are
एजुकेटेड लोग माने जाते सर, तो फिर भी वो भी फंस गए.
yes. So why we are, that is my question. How we can trap into that particular problem? मतलब कैसे ट्रैप करते होंगे? That can be issue. मतलब 6 crore कलेक्ट करना because he is only having a cyber what है cyber के जो क्या इंटरनेट कैफे they having.
सर साइबर
Having
कैफे था उसका, सर साइबर कैफे था.
हाँ इंटरनेट कैफे था, बस इंटरनेट कैफे
बाकी
एंड
कुछ नहीं.
बाकी कुछ नहीं था. बट ही हैज देखो उसने मोर देन 6 करोड़ ही हैज अर्न कैपिटल. मतलब 6 करोड़ का कैपिटल ही तो उसने बनाया फ्रॉम द इंटरनेट कैफे. तो दैट थिंग्स आर देयर. मतलब हम
सर पूना
मतलब
का ही कनेक्शन है. उसने बताया था कि पूना में मेरा वर्ल्ड ट्रेड सेंटर में ऑफिस है करके बताया था सबको.
अच्छा अच्छा ऐसा हुआ था. सो दिस कैन स्कैम्स आर हैपनिंग. सो वी हैव टू टेक केयर maybe योर फैमिली मेंबर्स, योर रिलेटिव्स, एंड एटलीस्ट वी हैव टू गिव एटलीस्ट फाइनेंशियल नॉलेज टू देम कि ऐसा नहीं होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. बाद में क्या होता है कि while going to the news उसका फ्रेंड ही था and he is talking on that and he is crying. So these things are happening and we are not able to, maybe the police cannot do into that situation, maybe cyber crime also, that it is difficult to do that, to find out that
ये
particular
सर.
person.
और सर किसने देखा नहीं उसके पास कौन सा डिग्री है, सर्टिफिकेशन कुछ किसी ने पूछा ही नहीं.
Yes. So everyone should create an awareness. Maybe if we create awareness into our family members, surely it can spread to everyone. So avoid such types of things. We can avoid such types of scam and avoid such types of losses. Maybe some of our relatives or friends will be there into that part. So it will happen. So you have to take care of that. So it is nothing but stakeholder relationship committee. He is the chairman of the stakeholder relationship committee, and he has maintained the relationship. He has talked very well. My company has a growth. My company has an office into that. I'm investing into that particular share things, and I'm getting return more than that. I will give you this much. So this can be a communication. And due to the particular positive communication, what happens? The investment are increased, and he left suddenly, and loss can be happen to the investor. So while investing into any organization, investing into any plan, investing into any WAC, we have to take care. We have to check whether both the parties, both the things, advantages, disadvantages, and low falls, weaknesses, and strengths. We have to check care, and then only you can invest. So while from that we have to create an awareness into the society for that particular purpose. So yes. For on that particular point, we will stop here today. We will take leave. Any questions? Anyone in the class? Okay. Okay, then we will stop here today, and next class we will discuss other points. Thank you.